Hey, welcome back to Matt again. My name is Rampage and this is Gaming News. This article is, Cyberpunk 2077 is far bigger than anything CD Projekt Red has made. So, if you don't know what Cyberpunk 2077 is, it's basically just some cyber-type game set in the future that's being created by CD Projekt Red. That's the only information that we have for that game over the last 3 years. I think it was announced originally in 2011 or something like that, or 2012, something like that anyway. It's been, held in the dark for quite some time, but it is pretty good that, CD Projekt Red are starting to talk to people about it now. So here's what the visual effects artist Josie Teixeira talked with MCV. He said, Cyberpunk is far bigger than anything else that CD Projekt Red has done before. Far, far bigger. We're really stepping into the unknown in terms of complexity and size and... that's a weird sentence. Complexity and size and problems we encounter. He continued saying that the scope of The Witcher 3 has helped the studio with the open world of Cyberpunk 2077. Teixeira added, The Witcher 3 helped Cyberpunk quite a bit because the game got so big and so complex that it really taught us. We really didn't know what was going to happen. If anything, working on The Witcher 3 was a really good and often brutal learning experience. Cyberpunk is going to benefit greatly from it. I can almost guarantee it. I have a lot of things that I want to change and do better and the next time around, and I can guarantee that almost everyone in the studio has something that they go, I did this time. Okay, you should probably change that, Anthony. Just pointing that out. I did this time. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Next time I can do it differently. Oh, it's supposed to be I did this time. Next time I can do it differently. I can do it better. Those commas are in different weird spots. Whatever. The article states, when can we expect Cyberpunk 2077? Well, it looks like we'll be waiting a long time, with Teixeira teasing the name of the game is Cyberpunk 2077. So we can usually say the release date is 2077. Hardy ha, fucking ha. But, I used to think CD Projekt Red were this, epic developer and whatever, but after playing The Witcher 3, if you don't really follow the story, didn't play the first two games, then this probably means jack shit to you. But if you did, and you didn't notice this, then shame on you. But in The Witcher 3, right, well, before The Witcher 3, so The Witcher 2, right at the end, Triss hated me in The Witcher 2. But in The Witcher 3, Triss loved me again? What? That sort of, weirdness within the story doesn't play very nicely, because they obviously have one specific narrative that they want to portray within the story, which is fine, but then they have, this option to include your save within that game. So say if you completed The Witcher 1 and was playing The Witcher 2, you could import your save, but yet a lot of the attributes in terms of your love interests were not carried over. At least not successfully, anyway. And that, to me, was a little bit weird and annoying, because there was no, I don't know what to call it. There was no flow towards each game, or at least, finishing each game and then importing your save. There was no sort of flow between them, in my opinion, anyway. But, with that said, Cyberpunk 2077, if we can see some sort of trailer that indicates what the game will actually entail, other than this image of a cybery world with the flying thing and some dude pointing a gun at a chick. Now, I would like to see more, because obviously we can't really talk about the game if we don't know much about it. Now, there might be some other information that has been out there since, but this game has been on my list for quite some time. I really want to see it. I really want to play it. Just, we need gameplay. I don't care if you're working on The Witcher 3. Obviously, by this point, you'd probably have two developing teams, Team A working on The Witcher, then Team B working on Cyberpunk 2077. Then once The Witcher 3's DLC is all completed, then they'll all be working on this game. So I would assume that this game would either be released late 2016 or early 2017. That's just my estimation. By all means, it could be released at the end of this year. We have no idea, but we haven't seen anything for the game. So, yeah. But one thing that I do hold CD Projekt Red for is the fact that they don't want to start teasing, gameplay for a game that nobody really knows much about. If they started adding gameplay now and then they said, the release date was, say, 2016, late 2016 or early 2017, then, that hype would be there, but people would not really like them because of the waiting period. Nobody likes to wait. But anyway, my name is Rampage. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. See ya.